walked away from that western shore, where the dreams felt cheap and the hearts felt sore. California shimmered, but the shine wore thin. The promise ran out where the noise began. I needed a place where a soul can stand, where hope still grows in an honest land. Tennessee, the promised land, where the hills hold truth in a quiet hand, where a humble life is the greatest plan. Oh, Tennessee, my promised land. I left the fading lights behind for a place where promise still feels mine. The coast turned cold with a crowded pace, the families lost in a restless race. But I found peace where the cedars sway in a southern wind at the end of day. I needed a home where the heart expands, where love still lives in the touch of the land. Tennessee, the promised land, where the hills hold truth in a quiet hand, where a humble life is the greatest plan. Oh, Tennessee, my promised land. I left the fading lights behind for a place where promise still feels divine. Just a simple song and a steady road, lighter heart with a lighter load. Sometimes promise isn't gold or grand, it's a peace you feel when your feet touch land. Tennessee, the promised land, where the hills hold truth in a quiet hand, where the evenings fall like a gentle span. Oh, Tennessee, my promised land. I left the coast where the promises sank, and I found my home where the skies turn thank. Oh, Tennessee,
in the year of 74 came a letter once more from a rider who stopped just at dawn. He carried the word that my brother had gone, and his family was murdered and torn. Their wagon lay wrecked, all the timbers were black. By the trail where the buffalo'd been, they were taken and slain by the Cheyenne attack. In the cold of the Kansas green, John and Lydia and little boy Steve were greeted with arrows and flame. Rebecca and Joe met their end by the creek, and no one was spared from the shame. The ashes still rise in my mind and my chest like smoke from a memory's dream. And the wind whispers names from the desolate west in the cold of the Kansas green. Oh, the blood still runs down through the prairie low, where the grass grows tall and lean, and the bones of the good lie scattered below in the cold of the Kansas green. What of the girls? Where did they go? Catherine, Nancy, and so Adelaide too, taken far in the blue toward the land where no hope could elope. They were last seen near Fort Wallace, they say, in the clutches of warriors mean, and they vanished like dusk at the edge of the day in the cold of the Kansas green. Now I've saddled my mare and I've sharpened my blade, and I've loaded my colt and my rage with a shovel for graves and a heart full of hate. I'm riding from sorrow to stage. To Texas they've gone, or to ghost lands beyond, where the cries go unheard and unseen. I'll follow their trail through the silence and dawn in the cold of the Kansas green. Oh, the blood still runs down through the prairie low, where the grass grows tall and lean, and the bones of the good lie scattered below in the cold of the Kansas green. Some say revenge is a bitter man's thirst, but justice is carved from the pain. And when the wind cries through the cottonwood trees, it remembers the innocent slain. So I ride for the ones who were taken that day, for the screams that the silence redeemed, for my brother, his wife, and the children who prayed in the cold of the Kansas green. Yes, the blood still runs down through the prairie low, where the ghosts walk tall and lean, and the fire of grief burns steady and slow in the cold of the Kansas green. In the cold of the Kansas green.
They got skylines out in Dallas, neon dreams in LA town. Chicago wakes before the dawn, and New York never settles down. But there's a place where the river bends, where time still moves with grace, where the stars shine clear as Sunday hymns, and love still knows its place. In the gateway to the south, we don't need towers to touch the sky. Our dreams rise up from faith and work, and a flag that still waves high. We measure wealth by who we help, and pride by how we stand. Yeah, the gateway to the south, you're the heart of this great land. They chase the news in Washington and the fame out in LA, but here a handshake seals a deal, and our word still means what we say. There's music down on Franklin Street and kindness in our tone, where strangers find a family and no one stands alone. In the gateway to the south, we don't need towers to touch the sky. Our roots run deep as the old oak stands, and our faith will never die. We measure time by the friends we keep, and love that don't need fame. Yeah, the gateway to the south, the world should know your name. So let the bright towns chase their glory, let the city lights compete. I'll take a porch light glowing warm, and peace beneath my feet, where courage wears a neighbor's face, and hope still rings like chimes. I'll wait beside the rails of grace. It's bound for Clarksville one last time. In the gateway to the south, where hearts are strong and dreams don't fade, where faith still lights the way, we measure hope by how we love, and grace by how we climb. And when that whistle calls my name, I'll wait beside the rails of grace. It's bound for Clarksville one last time. One last time. Oh, one last time. Raise that flag and let it shine. From the hills to the heart divine, it's bound for Clarksville one last time. Don't bury me, don't bury me. Don't bury me, don't bury me. Don't bury me underneath the persimmon tree. Don't bury me underneath the persimmon tree. I don't want no possums eating on top of me. Don't bury me all alone on the lone prairie. Don't bury me all alone on the lone prairie. I don't want no buffalo wallowing on top of me. Don't bury me in the deep of the cold dark sea. Don't bury me in the deep of the cold dark sea. I don't want no shark swimming on top of me. Please bury me someplace where the songbirds free. Please bury me someplace where the songbirds free. I want you to hear the songs they strewn me. Please, please bury me I don't get to heaven, that's where I wanna be. If I don't get to heaven, that's where I wanna be.
She packed her bags for college town. Mama cried while Daddy frowned. Bible on the dresser crossed round her neck said, don't forget who you are, don't forget. First taste of freedom, first glass of wine, first time hearing words like a redesign. The world looked bigger than that hometown sky, and family faith forgotten in the by and by. But Daddy still loves her, come what may. Though the things she says sometimes takes his breath away. She talks about the world he don't understand, but he'll always see that little girl holding his hand. Yeah, the world can change and hearts can stray, but Daddy still loves her anyway. Thanksgiving night, the table set. She's quoting authors he's never met, talking about the system, about reform, while Daddy just prays she will weather the storm. And he don't raise his voice, he don't shout, just listens close, tries to work it out. She rolls her eyes, says he's old school, but deep down she knows he's nobody's fool. 'Cause Daddy still loves her, come what may. Though the things she says can take his breath away. She's got fire in her eyes, he's got calloused hands, two hearts holding fast in shifting sands. Yeah, yeah, the world can spin and values sway, but Daddy still loves her anyway. He remembers bedtime prayers, her laughter on the stairs, the night she broke her arm and cried. Now she's grown and finding truth, but he still sees that fearless youth with ribbons in her hair and countryside. Daddy still loves her, come what may. Though she's changed in every kind of way, he'll be there when the world lets her down, with open arms in that same old town. 'Cause time can turn and hearts can stray, but Daddy still loves her anyway. Yeah, no matter how far she drifts away, Daddy still loves her anyway.
Some people say they never had a chance, but the truth is some of us were raised by love. People say they never had a chance, but the truth is some of us were raised by love. So fierce, so stubborn, it felt like heaven and hell in the same room. Not perfect love, just a mama who never stopped fighting for the kind of man she believed I could be. And I wonder sometimes if they'd had my mama, would they have ever felt the need to go so wrong? If you'd had my mama, you wouldn't be out breaking lies. You'd be sitting at her table, saying grace before the pie. She'd slap the dirt right off your pride and scrub the hate you wore. If you'd had my mama, you'd know you're worth fighting for. If you'd had my mama, you wouldn't raise your voice. She'd make you face yourself dead on and reckon with your choice. No hiding behind anger, no running wild and blind. If you'd had my mama, you'd learn what's in your spine. She poured her soul into my bone, kept me steady through the storms, loved me when I shattered, help me when I'm mourned. Some folks never felt that fire, that fierce and tender care. If you'd had my mama, you know God answers prayers. Some boys never got a hug, just a bottle or a bell, and every scar they're working through is pain they never dealt. But they're still somebody's baby, lost somewhere in the night. If you'd had my mama, you'd learn to choose the light. No mama's ever perfect, but she loves you while you bleed. And every mama's trying, planning what she hopes will lead. For every child that's broken, in the quiet or the flood, somebody's mama prayed they be washed in the blood. So I'll thank God forever for the woman who held on, for the prayer she whispered in the night, till every fear was gone. Not one breath of mine is lonely, 'cause grace is in my blood. If you'd had my mama, you know what deep love does.
Down a country road, down a country road, past palmetto and pine, stood a little white church. I remember in my mind, my daddy was the preacher there when I was just a child. Mama played piano with her beautiful smile, and the walls shook soft when the saints cried in praise. The Sunday band played loud with hands in glory raised, and the love in that room made you feel right at home, where the altar was open and no one prayed along. Take me back to that little white church, where the band played strong and the Spirit made us whole,
and the altar was always open for a trembling soul, where hearts found healing and burdens seemed small,
and grace like a river and prayed, and the deacons all helped when a roof had to be laid. Now some of those faces have left and faded from view, but their songs and their prayers still carry me through.
They've traded their pews for a mansion above, surrounded by mercy and infinite love. And I know they'll be waiting when my race is run
At the gates of that city, when my journey's done, take me back to that little white church where the band played strong and the Spirit made us whole. And the altar was always open for a trembling soul, where hearts found healing and burdens seemed small. And grace like a river flowed through us all. And grace like a river flowed through us all. It wasn't the steeple or the walls of white, but the love that made each Sunday bright. We learned to pray, to sing, to forgive. And Jesus, sweet Jesus, showed us the way to live. That little white church on the edge of town, where heaven touched earth and love was found. They'd shout and sing and sometimes cry, and I still feel it when I close my eyes. Though I moved on and traveled far, that little white church still tugs at my heart. That little white church still lives in my heart. Lives in my heart.
just as I am, without one plea.
O Lamb of God, I come, I come.
He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. True success isn't flashy. It's found in daily choices. Live with integrity, compassion, and humble companionship with God.
From the gleaming, chrome-polished, state-of-the-art studios deep in the heart of capitalism's crown jewel, Fredonia, Tennessee, this is the Free In Fredonia Show, the most illustrious, enlightened, and electrifying trivia spectacle in the civilized world. Where knowledge meets nonsense, correct pronunciation is secondary, and the line between genius and laughter gets wonderfully blurred. And now, broadcasting live to the thinking few and to the multitudes who need a laugh, here's your host, the man who makes trivia tremble, Gary Santa Blue Baker.
Hey everybody! Hey everybody! Are you with me? I can't tell. It looks like everything's working. My keyboard just went out, so I can't type in any comments. And I've been watching your comments. Bill asked are we playing trivia games next week? Not sure, Bill. That's still in the decision making process. So I'll get back to you. Earl, it looks like he's having some problems. If you're having reception problems, especially if you're on Facebook, try to go to YouTube. Facebook is just not very friendly to this. Earl says he's at the crater of the Diamond State Park, Arkansas. Oh man, that sounds like a great place. Take some pictures, post them online. You may have, I might have missed them already. But anyway, we're gonna play some trivia. Today is Bible trivia, and the subject is prophets. And it's going to be a good game. And we've got 5 easy questions, 5 medium questions, and then 5 not easy, not medium. I don't know if you saw my challenge online today. I challenged the ministers in this area to come on and play Bible trivia. And if they would answer the last 5 questions correctly, I would feature their church for a week on the Free in Fredonia show. I have not heard from any of them. I'm not sure if any of them are going to try and come and play, but I kind of implied that they had no backbone. So I might have upset them a little bit if they didn't come and play, if they were afraid. Anyway, I tried to trash talk them into playing, but I don't think they're going to come. Let's get Gloria to remind everybody, how to play this game.
Welcome to the Free in Fredonia show. Be sure you like and share with everybody. It's going to be lots of fun with interesting trivia questions on a variety of subjects. The way you play is, the question will be posted on screen with 4 possible answers. You'll have just enough time to choose the answer you think is correct and type in the correlating number in the comments section. Be sure to watch the timer at the top of the screen so you will get your answer in before the cutoff. After you post your choice, give Gary a few seconds to tabulate the answers, and the correct response will be noted before advancing to the next question. Good luck. Now, back to Gary.
All right, are we clear? Are we clear? Let me hit. And all right, now it's working. Are we clear on the rules, everybody? I think y'all have played long enough to know what the rules are, or if I don't even know if they're rules. I guess they're just guidelines. Earl says he's going to be digging for diamonds tomorrow. Earl, I hope you find a big diamond. I would love to see your picture in the paper holding a big old diamond. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, good luck to you. Let's find out what you know about prophets. I don't know if any of that crew up there in the church up there are playing or might be interested in playing. Maybe some of those in Aaron. We can get the Aaron church to play. All right, here we go. Prophets. Who was swallowed by a great fish? Was it Noah, Moses, Jonah, or David? Who was swallowed by a great fish? Noah, Moses, Jonah, or David? Let me find my whistle just in case. I've had a great day today. I've been taking care of the animals, the cats and the horses. Hey, Miss Terry. I don't know if I said hello to everybody. Bill, I know, is out there. Leanne is out there. Terry just popped in. Earl, he's been on. I don't see Sharon. Anyway, glad y'all are with me tonight. Bible trivia. I don't see any of the ministers that I challenged playing, so I'm not going to give up on them. Of course, it was Jonah. Jonah was swallowed by a great fish. Of course, they always told me it was a whale, but, you know, I think there's some discussion on that. Question 2. Which prophet confronted King Ahab on Mount Carmel? Samuel, Nathan, Elisha, or Elijah? What prophet confronted King Ahab on Mount Carmel? Samuel, Nathan, Elisha, or Elijah? Now, some of these questions are supposed to be easy, but as I've stated publicly, you know, in Sunday school class, I couldn't pay attention. So a lot of it, you know, went in one ear and out the other. So if they weren't in that big Bible the illustrated Bible book, you know, that I didn't know anything about them. So some of these are kind of interesting, but y'all may have paid attention in Sunday school class and you listen. Elijah, Earl, Leanne, and Terry got that right. Hey, Linda, I didn't say hello to my sister. She popped in. She is with a bunch of people. Y'all look like you were having a good time, Linda. Here we go. Question 3. Who interpreted King Nebuchadnezzar's dreams? Solomon, Joshua, Joseph, or Daniel? This was a sample question. Who interpreted King Nebuchadnezzar's dreams? Solomon, Joshua, Joseph, or Daniel? This was a sample question, and a gentleman answered it on. I told you, I invited him to come on and play. I think he understood. Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, Linda says she's having dinner with like 18 people. Look, most of those are teenage girls. Janie just showed up. Hey, Janie. I trust you are doing well. Daniel. Earl, Terry, and Janie. Where is Bill? Did Bill give up on it? Bill, are you on Facebook? Here we go. Question 4. Which prophet was taken to heaven in a whirlwind? Jeremiah, Isaiah, Elijah, or Daniel? Which prophet was taken to heaven in a whirlwind? Jeremiah, Isaiah, Elijah, or Daniel? Yeah, I started to type in the comments, answer the comments. My keyboard just like it's been doing that here recently. I think it's about time for a new one. I am hard on keyboards. All right. This is question 4 of the easy ones. Leanne, you shouldn't be guessing. You've belonged to so many churches it would look like some of it would sink in. Elijah, Earl, Terry, and Janie got that correct. That was a joke, Leanne. I know you've been a member of a lot of churches, though. I mean, just saying. All right, here we go. Last question. Who prophesied the coming of the Messiah and wrote one of the longest Old Testament books? Was it Micah, Isaiah, Hosea, or Ezekiel? Oh, me. I like pushing them buttons. Who prophesied the coming of the Messiah and wrote one of the longest Old Testament books? Was it Micah, Isaiah, Hosea, or Ezekiel? I don't know if y'all are members with Earl on Facebook, but he posts some really good. I mean, he posts scripture all the time, but he has some really good thoughts. And I do try to take the time and read. Some of them are beneficial. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a post there, a big bump, Earl. Hey, Isaiah. Everybody got it right. So, all right, let's see who won the 5 easy ones. It was Earl. There you go. 5 questions. Terry got 5 questions. Leanne got 3. Janie come in. Looks like they're at 3. All right, here we go. Here we go with the 5 medium questions. I hope y'all had a good day today. It's been nasty outside. The weather's just been icky. So if you had to get outside, I hope you didn't have to stay out very long. All right, let's go. Come on, machine. My computer's lagging. I'm gonna have to bump it here. There we go. All right. Is the sound working? No, the sound's not working. Now is the sound working? Now is the sound working? All right, here we go. 5 medium questions on prophets. I don't know if any of y'all saw that post I made challenging the ministers in the area, but it was pretty blunt. No, they're afraid. They're afraid to be embarrassed, I guess. All right, here we go. Which prophet married Gomer as a symbolic act commanded by God? Micah, Joel, or Hosea, or Amos? Now we're getting a little bit harder questions. Which prophet married Gomer as a symbolic act commanded by God? Micah, Joel, Hosea, or Amos? Yeah, these questions get a little bit harder. Oh, I was talking about the post I made challenging the ministers. I asked them if their backbones were as weak as their sermons. Just to try to goad them into, try to push a button and get them to play. But, what a bunch of wussies. I'm telling you. Hosea! Look at Leanne. She got that one right. All right. I guess I'll take it easy on her. I try not to get into too much discourse on this show, but sometimes I just can't help it. Here we go. Question 2. Who saw a vision of a valley of dry bones? Was it Jonah, Ezekiel, Elijah, or Daniel? So I guess let me read this question, and I got all these thoughts about who saw a vision of a valley of dry bones? Jonah, Ezekiel, Elijah, or Daniel? There, I read it twice. I'm getting back on these preachers. Of course, I'm a preacher's kid, so I feel like it gives me a certain license to talk bad about preachers, because I've known a lot of them through the years, and so I take joy sometimes in poking them and trying to try to get some kind of reaction. Ezekiel, Earl got that one right. Earl's on he make a clean sweep tonight. All right. I'll behave. Here we go. We got question 3. Which prophet confronted David after his sin with Bathsheba? Was it Samuel, Nathan, Moses, or Elisha? Which prophet confronted David? Was it Samuel, Nathan, Moses, or Elisha? I guess is how you say that. Pronounce it. Question 3. So, I guess the point is, I was just challenging ministers and people you would think would be knowledgeable about the Bible to test their knowledge publicly. Nathan, Earl, and Jenny got that right. But I guess, they don't have time to mess with it. All right, here we go. Question 4. Who prophesied during the rebuilding of the temple with Haggai? Zechariah, Obadiah, Malachi, or Jonah? Who prophesied during the rebuilding of the temple? Zechariah, Obadiah, Malachi, or Jonah? That's almost musical. You can almost make those names into song lyrics. All right, let's see. Question 4. I think I heard it was supposed to rain through the weekend. Did anybody else hear that? I can't type in the comment section. Yeah, my keyboard's still messed up. The solar flares, I think, did a number on a lot of machines. Zechariah. Earl got that one right. Earl's just coming on strong. All right. Which prophet wrote Lamentations? Jeremiah, Isaiah, Habakkuk, or Ezekiel? Who wrote Lamentations? Jeremiah, Isaiah, Habakkuk, or Ezekiel? Well, these biblical names, they're hard for people with a southern accent to say. We just don't like vowels. You know, just too much of an effort to say a vowel. So we try to gloss over it, and it comes out, you know, where people can't understand us. But, you know, if you're Southern, you can. Jeremiah wrote Lamentations. All right, that was question 5. Let's see who won this game. I wonder. I bet Earl made a clean sweep. Oh, well, he missed one, but he still won. Somebody's not showing up on the board. I guess my sister had to give up when she's got so many people. All right, here we go. This is the last one. Congratulations, Earl. That's 2 in a row. Let's see if you can do this one. Here we go. These are the 5 hard ones. These are hard questions, too. You better think fast. Because these, I had to admit, when I saw these questions, like, yeah, nobody's going to get these. But who knows? The Lord works in mysterious ways, right? All right, here we go. If you get all 5 of them, you're going to get a t-shirt. And if you get 4 out of 5, you're going to pot with Stephanie and Linda for the coffee mug. That's a monthly pot. We'll draw it at the end of the month. All right, question 1. Which prophet had a vision of a flying scroll? Was it Zechariah, Nahum, Malachi, or Haggai? And I'm only going to read these once. Give you time to think about it. Which prophet had a vision of a flying scroll? Zechariah. Nobody got that one. Those answers are spread out across the board there. Okay, still 4 out of 5. You still got a shot to get in the pot. Here we go. Question 2. Who prophesied that locusts would devastate the land of Judah? Zephaniah, Obadiah, Joel, or Amos? Who prophesied the locusts would devastate the land of Judah? These prophets are, I mean, you know, it's pretty detailed. All right. Let's see if nobody got that. What's happening? What's going on? You're not showing up on the results. Did you not get your answers? The answers are coming in. Something's going on, folks. Sorry about that. All right. Which prophet buried his linen belt as a symbolic act? Was it Zechariah, Micah, Jeremiah, or Habakkuk? Which prophet buried his linen belt? You remember that story? Zechariah, Micah, Jeremiah, or Habakkuk? You're too late. Yeah, Earl, you need to, on this last one, you got to be fast. He buried his linen belt. These are some interesting questions. I would probably, if it was me, I wouldn't get any of them right. Jeremiah, you know, I would be totally guessing on all of it. So I know it's hard. You know, I sympathize with you, but you know, that's why it's called a game. All right. Who was the prophet that rebuked King Jeroboam at the altar of Bethel? The man of God from Judah, unnamed, Jeremiah, Isaiah, or Elijah? Y'all remember this? Who was the prophet that rebuked King Jeroboam? Jeroboam. Some of these names. All right, this is it. This is question 4. We got one more. Earl got this one right. He's the only one showing up. Everybody else probably just gave up. No, I see a few of them. There's a few of them out there. All right, here we go. Question 5. Which prophet lived among exiles by the Khebar River? Jeremiah, Hosea, Ezekiel, or Daniel? That's right. We got Thanksgiving next week. And so it's going to be pretty busy. I might have a trivia game, but I might have my associates, my robotics associates. They might be doing the button pushing. We don't know. Anyway, it's going to, I hope everybody, if I don't, I'm sure I'll probably talk to most of you. Ezekiel. Janie had to go, but where's your car, Janie? He had to go. Oh, probably one of your kids. It's like a parking lot over there. All right, let's see. Earl's the only one showing up on this, and it said he got one right. So theoretically, I guess that's a clean sweep. Earl, we're going to have to give you special recognition. I'll put a big star or something by your name. All right. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming and playing. Have a great weekend. Check back Monday and we'll see what's going on. And if I don't see you, have a great Thanksgiving and take care of yourself. All right. Thanks for playing. Bye.